talk about professional that want to do this by the side. If you're a professional who want to do it by the side, personnel is the most critical because you are not going to be available. You are doing it as side hustle. You are on the paid employment. You need someone who can undo everything from the logistics. Good day, my name is Dela Imbanya. Welcome to another edition of Sharing Trade Information on DBA TV. I started a series, a 7-part series that I'm rounding up today. In this particular episode, I'm rounding up this 7-part series. And in this series, I was asking the question, what are the things you should consider? Or rather, what are the checklists? What are the things you should consider before deciding on the product to export? What are the items? What are the the things, the research you need to do before deciding that I want to choose this product. So don't be eager to choose the product. And I said that this particular episode is designed for individuals who are looking for forex. They are not married to any product. They are not manufacturers. They are just merchants. They just want to export and earn some forex, some income. They are not interested in a particular product. They are interested in any product. In part 1, I talk about the fact that prohibition must be considered. If the item is not prohibited, you can move on to the next level, which is potential. Does the item have potential in the export market? If you have potential, then you can move on to the next level, partner or purchaser. Can I get a purchaser in the export market and a partner to work with me? If I can, then I can move on to the next level, the possibility of sourcing that product. If I discover it's possible for me to sell that product in the export market, it's available, and I can get the right quality and quantity, the next thing is purchasing power. Do you have what it takes in terms of funding to be able to do this shipment? If you have the funding, the next thing is pricing and profitability. If it is profitable, the next thing is personnel. Personnel. What do I mean by personnel? Personnel to produce for you. Personnel to handle the logistics of delivery. Personnel to produce for you. Personnel to handle the logistics of delivery. Personnel. Personnel. Personnel is very, very, very important. Personnel is very, very important. What I mean by that is this. If you are going to source this product in large quantity, you need people who are competent to work with you. Such that if you are not there, they will do exactly what they need to do. If it's manufactured good, I need producers who are also personnel who will produce for me. I need personnel that will produce for me. If I don't have personnel to produce for me, or personnel to procure for me, personnel to produce for me, or personnel to procure for me, or personnel to be able to help me solve the product, personnel is very important. By personnel, I mean a team working with you. Such that, and the team, it's not just a nice team that have an understanding. And this is particularly important for commodities. Because sometimes you might be sourcing in 2-3 locations. Because if you are in one location, let me give you an example. Nigerian example. I want to do cashew nut. I can source in Kwara. I can source in Egumosho. I can source in Kogi. I can source in Enugu. And a number of other places in the country. Even in some places in Osun. Now, if I'm going to source this product in those locations, being in all the locations make it easier for me to meet up with the demand I have. If I do not have the personnel who have been trained, skilled, tested, trusted, who will be able to source. This is why if you are starting and you don't have the personnel, you might want to drop commodity and do finished goods. That you can go and pick up everything in one manufacturer, from just one manufacturer. You don't have to go to different places. But if I do commodities, you might have to deal with different locations. If you are going to be dealing with different locations, you need personnel, tested and trusted personnel to handle logistics. This is what has killed a number of businesses who are coming into export, who started, but they are unable to meet up. Why? Because you need to, if you have that skill, train your personnel, replicate yourself in them to be able to source this product for you. Train your personnel, replicate yourself in them to be able to source the product for you. If you train them and replicate yourself in them and they're able to source the product for you, bingo, that is it. That is all you need. That is all you need. Personnel that will be able to source the product for you, that is all you need. Because if you have the personnel, it becomes easier for you to be able to handle every other issues. But like I said, replicate yourself in them. Now, let me talk about professionals that want to do this by the side. If you're a professional who want to do it by the side, personnel is the most critical because you are not going to be available. You are doing it as side hustle. You are on a paid employment. You need someone who can handle everything from the logistics of sourcing, of procurement, from the logistics of shipment, from logistics of documentation, and everything you need to do to make the business successful. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this series of thoughts being shared on what you need to consider before you decide on the product you want to export. And I've used alliteration and I've come up with 7 things you need to consider before you decide on the product you want to export. Number 1 is the prohibition list. Number 2 is the potential of the product in the export market. Number 3 is the purchaser, getting the purchaser for the product. Number 4 is the possibility of sourcing the product. Number 5 is the purchasing power. Number 6 is the profitability and pricing. And number 7 is the personnel that will work with you to be able to make the business a success. Have you learned one thing or the other in this series? If you have learned, thank you very much for following. If you have followed from part 1 to part 7. But more importantly, if you are new to this channel, subscribe. You want to get to see the next series we'll be talking about? Click on the notification bell so you know when we upload a new video. You have a question, drop it in the comment section. You have a friend that needs to hear this, share with your friends. And if you have loved this, if you have enjoyed this, if you like it, give it a thumbs up. Thank you very much for listening. My name remains Dela Imibo, and I'm your export doctor, and I'm signing out.